When you think about AI right now, what probably comes to mind? A chatbot, right? Something you type questions into. But what if AI could do so much more than just talk? What if it could actually be a partner, a real colleague, maybe even a co-pilot in some of the most complex jobs out there? So let's explore how AI is evolving from a simple chatbot into a true collaborator in some of the most demanding jobs on the planet.
And that, right there, is the big question we really need to start asking. Look, we are on the absolute edge of a huge shift, moving away from AI that just answers our questions to AI that can actually do things for us. It's a really fundamental change. We're going from an information source to an active partner.
And this distinction is absolutely crucial. Think about it like this. A chatbot is reactive. You ask, it answers. Simple. But an AI agent, that's proactive. You give it a goal, and it goes to work across all sorts of different systems and tools to actually get it done. That's the real difference, isn't it? It's the difference between just having a conversation and taking real action.
Okay, so how is this all happening? How do we get from a simple chatbot to a trusted colleague? Well, the first big thing is that AI is basically getting a huge promotion. It's moving out of the tech lab and into the corporate boardroom, becoming a core part of how major companies get work done. And it's companies like Anthropic that are really making this happen. They're building something they call enterprise-grade AI agents. And what does that mean? Basically, you can think of it as AI built specifically for the high-stakes world of big business. It's got all the security, all the oversight, all the stuff that a corporate IT department absolutely demands. Yeah, this isn't some cool tech demo. This is a tool that is designed from the ground up to be trusted.
But of course, when you give an AI this much power, this much access, well, that creates a whole new and, frankly, very serious set of risks. When you trust an agent with sensitive company data, you are opening up a completely new front for security threats.
And believe me, this risk is not just some what-if scenario. Anthropic just came out and said that competitors actually stole millions of their AI queries to train their own rival models. And get this, the number was 16 million. 16 million. I mean, that number is just staggering. And it really shines a light on how valuable and how vulnerable the data that powers these systems really is. It proves that security can't be an afterthought here. No way. It has to be the absolute foundation. Okay, now let's pivot a little bit. We're going to shift gears from the digital world to the physical world. Because at the very same time that AI is getting this big promotion in the office, there is a revolution that is just as profound, taking off, literally, in our skies.
And I want to be clear, this is not some far-off sci-fi dream. Just look at what's happening right now. In places like Wuhan, China, they're already showcasing this exact future today. You've got industry experts pointing to the year 2026, that's just around the corner, as the year these electric air taxis finally cross the chasm, moving from a cool concept to a commercial reality. And it's opening up a massive new market.
And all of this is part of something called the low-altitude economy. What is that? Well, it's a whole new layer of economic activity that's literally going to be buzzing right over our cities. I mean, just picture it. A sky just full of air taxis, delivery drones, maybe even tour vehicles, all moving together in this incredibly complex, choreographed dance. That showcase in Wuhan really painted a vivid picture of what this is all going to look like. We're talking autonomous electric aircraft landing at these special vertiports where, get this, humanoid robots are handling the ground services. So you see, it's not just about a new kind of plane, it's about a completely integrated, highly automated system of travel. But, and this is a big but, this whole brave new world creates a massive new challenge. Because for the humans at the center of it all, the pilots, the flight crews, the level of complexity they're about to face is just going to go into overdrive. I mean, how on earth do they cope with all that? I mean, just try to imagine you're a pilot in this near future for a second. Your day could start flying a normal business jet. Okay, standard enough. But then you land, and you have to navigate a totally robotic vertiport to transfer over to an eVTOL air taxi for the next part of your journey. And the whole time, you're responsible for tracking your flight hours, your duty limits across totally different kinds of aircraft. It's a lot. So, that brings us to the million-dollar question, right? The cognitive load, the sheer amount of logistical juggling, it becomes almost superhuman. How can we possibly expect one person, or even a small crew, to manage all of this new complexity safely and efficiently? It's a huge ask. And this is the exact moment where our two stories, the rise of enterprise AI and the revolution in aviation, They come crashing together. See, the solution to this overwhelming complexity isn't about replacing the human pilot, not at all. It's about giving them a partner, a co-pilot, unlike anything they have ever had before.
The answer is something called a human agent team. And it's a really simple but incredibly powerful idea. You take the irreplaceable judgment, the gut instinct, the years of experience of a human pilot, and you combine that with the relentless 24/7 data processing and organizational power of an AI agent. That combination, it's a formula for safety for sure, but also for sanity.
Okay, so what does this AI co-pilot actually do? What's its job description? Well, first off, it's not flying the plane. Let's be clear about that. Its job is to handle all of that mind-numbing complexity we were just talking about. We're talking coordinating schedules between the eVTOL operators and the hotels, tracking all those different duty times, managing the passenger logistics, keeping a constant eye on local airspace rules and safety data. Basically, it clears away all of that administrative fog so the human crew can focus on the one thing that truly matters: flying the aircraft safely.
So what's the big picture here? What's the real takeaway? What we're witnessing is this really fascinating intersection, right? Where two powerful, seemingly separate trends are merging, and they're creating something brand new, something we've really never seen before.
And there's this one quote from the source material that just sums it up perfectly. The new role for AI, it says, isn't to be the star of the show. It's to be the essential connective tissue. I love that. It's the smart layer that connects the human experts to the increasingly complex and automated systems of our future.
You know, we're seeing this transformation happen in aviation first. And that makes sense, right? The stakes are just so incredibly high. But it leaves us with a really provocative question to think about. Once we prove this whole human agent team model works in the skies, which high-stakes profession is next? Could it be medicine, energy, finance? The AI co-pilot, I think, is just the beginning.